This week, something shifted, not in a press conference, not in a headline, but quietly, in real truck depots, on active highways, and inside a rocket testing facility in Texas. 4 different Elon Musk companies all move forward at the same time, and when you see what actually happened, you will understand why this week is different from every other weekly update you have seen before. The Tesla Semi just completed its most demanding real-world test yet. SpaceX crossed a milestone 3 years in the making. The Boring Company revealed it is already building the machine after the machine it just deployed. And Elon Musk said something publicly about Tesla's older cars that every FSD owner needed to hear, but probably did not want to. 4 stories, 1 direction, and by the end of this video, you are going to see exactly what that direction is. Stay with me, because the Tesla Semi update alone contains a number that changes how you think about electric trucking entirely. That is coming in 60 seconds. For years, Tesla Semi critics had one argument that was hard to dismiss. Yes, the truck works in controlled demos. Yes, it works on PepsiCo's carefully selected routes. But how does it perform when it is just another truck doing whatever job comes up that day? That with real customers waiting on their freight and no Tesla marketing team anywhere near it. This week, that argument got a direct answer. ISO Logistics, a major US freight broker focused on sustainable operations, launched a 3-week pilot putting the Tesla Semi on active freight lanes. No controlled route, no ideal conditions, real loads, real customers, real consequences if the truck underperforms. And the early data is difficult to argue with. Tesla states the Semi uses under 2 kilowatt hours per mile fully loaded. DHL's own test recorded 1.72 kilowatt hours per mile on a 390 mile route. ArcBest logged 1.55 kilowatt hours per mile across nearly 4,500 miles of real operation. Both operators beat Tesla's own estimates. In trucking, where fuel is 30% of your total cost, those numbers matter enormously. At the same time, a company called Elon announced the Tesla Semi as a service model launching next month, bundling the truck, charging infrastructure, and energy supply into a single monthly cost. No upfront capital, no infrastructure complexity, just a working system from day one. That removes the single biggest barrier that has been stopping mid-size fleet operators from making the switch. Honest question, did you expect real-world efficiency to beat Tesla's own specs? Drop your answer below. But the Semi story is only one part of what happened this week. Because at SpaceX, 3 years of building towards something finally came into focus. And what Gwen Shotwell said about it tells you everything about where this program is heading. 3 years ago, Starship lifted off for the first time and immediately tore apart its own launch pad. Engines failed. The vehicle lost control. It ended in what SpaceX famously called a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. Most aerospace programs would have slowed down after that. SpaceX moved faster. Flight by flight, the program pushed further. Ascent, stage separation, re-entry, controlled water landings, and then Flight 5, where SpaceX caught the returning booster mid-air using the launch tower's mechanical arms. A concept that had been dismissed as science fiction became a working system in front of the world. Now Starship version 3 is in active testing. It is more refined, built for reliability, and more demanding missions. Flight 12, the first to feature full V3 hardware, is expected within weeks. SpaceX President Gwen Shotwell marked the anniversary with a statement that felt less like celebration and more like a warning to the rest of the aerospace industry. She said, "Our space future is so close. 3 years, from a destroyed launch pad to catching rockets out of the sky. That pace does not slow down, and neither does the Boring Company." Which this week revealed something that most people completely missed. They are not just building tunnels, they are already replacing the machine that is currently digging them. Here is why that matters. The Boring Company had 3 separate updates in a single week, and together they tell a story about how this company actually operates. First, the Proof-Rock MB2 tunneling machine arrived in Nashville for the Music City Loop, a project connecting downtown Nashville to the airport. MB2 is 15% more powerful and 10% longer than its predecessor, with a larger drill diameter built for faster continuous tunneling. Nashville is the first major deployment outside Las Vegas, which means the company is now collecting real performance data in an entirely new environment. Second, and this is the part that most people walked past, The Boring Company confirmed that Proof Rock MB3 is already in development and is being shipped to Nashville this summer. They are building the next machine before the current one has finished its first job. That is not normal construction industry behavior. That is the same iterative model Tesla uses on cars and SpaceX uses on rockets. Build, learn, improve, repeat, without waiting for the current version to finish before the next one begins. Third, in Dubai, the Boring Company confirmed that construction mobilization for the Dubai Loop has begun, with precast concrete segment production already activated. One company, 3 projects, 3 stages of development, all moving simultaneously. Which of these 3 Boring Company updates surprised you most? Nashville, MB3, or Dubai? Tell me below. Now we get to the update that directly affects hundreds of thousands of Tesla owners right now. And Elon Musk's answer, while honest, is one that a lot of people are not going to like. During Tesla's Q1 earnings call this week, Elon Musk confirmed something that had been speculated for months but never officially stated. Vehicles running Hardware 3 will not be able to achieve unsupervised full self-driving, ever. The reason is specific. Hardware 3 has roughly 1/8 the memory bandwidth of Tesla's newer AI4 system, as Tesla moves toward more compute-intensive transformer-based models. The same architecture behind modern AI systems. Hardware 3 simply does not have the processing capacity to keep up. The ceiling has been reached. Tesla is offering 2 paths forward for Hardware 3 owners. In June, a V14 Lite software version will be released, a distilled version of the full V14 software, bringing park-to-park supervised FSD and a broader feature set closer to what AI4 vehicles currently have. It is not unsupervised autonomy, but it is meaningful progress within the hardware's limits. For customers who want the full capability, Tesla is offering discounted trade-ins to AI4 equipped vehicles and a direct hardware upgrade option, replacing both the onboard computer and the full camera suite. Musk noted that scaling these upgrades will likely require dedicated microfactories in major cities, not just standard service centers. This is the most transparent Tesla has been about the limits of older hardware in years. And for the owners who paid $15,000 for FSD expecting full autonomy, this week's update is the clearest picture yet of exactly where they stand. If you own a Hardware 3 Tesla, does this update change how you feel about your FSD purchase? Be honest in the comments. Here's what this week actually tells you when you look at all 4 stories together. The Tesla Semi is moving out of controlled environments and into the real world, and performing better than its own specs. Starship is 3 years into a program that has redefined what rapid aerospace development looks like. The Boring Company is already building the next version of a machine that is still on its first job, and Tesla is being publicly honest about hardware limits in a way that is uncomfortable but necessary. These are not 4 separate news items. They are 4 data points pointing in the same direction: real-world validation, faster iteration, honest communication, and a pace of development that does not pause between updates. The question worth sitting with is not whether any single one of these projects will succeed. It is what happens when all of them succeed at the same time. Because based on this week, that timeline is getting shorter, not longer. If this gave you something to think about, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which of these 4 updates do you think has the biggest real-world impact in the next 12 months? Tesla Semi, Starship, Boring Company, or FSD? I read every single comment, and I will see you in the next one.